Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. This is the ride home. So I think I asked two riddles this morning. I said I would put them in the beginning of this. So I think the first one, I don't know which was which. Anyway, I'm about to give the answers. So when I give the answers, I'll do this after I'm done giving the answers in case you haven't. In case you want to go to the other channel, find the riddles and answer them. These aren't the same ones from yesterday. These are new ones, and it's in segment one of the segment one of the 4-part Drive to Work series this morning. Very bad series. I would suggest not watching the whole thing if you want to see the riddle. Once I asked, everyone's gonna die. Once you see the riddle, just log out. I did not feel well this morning again. And anyway, the point is, the answers were for change of $1, the most you can have using those coins is $1.19. It's like 3/4 or a $1.50 piece, 4 dimes, a nickel, and 4 pennies. That gives you $1.19, and you can't make $1 no matter how much you try to rearrange those coins. So it's $1.19. You can't make change for $1. The other riddle was, what odd number can you remove a letter from to make it even? And the answer was 7. Take this S off the front and it's even. And those were the answers to the riddles. Driving home this morning was the first time that I actually broke the video up into the 4 segments like I said I was going to do. Been warming up to it for a few days and finally started doing it. I'm going to do the same thing with the ride home video. So it'll be in 20-minute chunklets. So they'll end up being 3 or 4 20-minute videos, which will be the ride home series for today. If you watched this morning's video, like I said, I was not feeling well, and just as I had predicted, I got to work. I felt like crap for about an hour, and then I was better. I have no idea what's going on. This has been happening a lot lately. I think normally, before I lost the additional PTO, I think I would have just taken the day off and felt better halfway through the day. So maybe there isn't anything unusual. I just don't go to work. Well, that's the thing. It's not, I don't feel like crap in the morning. It's after I start my ride, it kind of hits me partway through. Like it's this terrible, cold, clammy nausea. I don't know if there's like a leak in the vehicle or something like that, but it's been happening. But it doesn't happen on the way home. It's only in the morning. So, it's a mystery. I got a late start out of work. Somebody needed some help. Somebody needed some help at the end of the day, which is the worst time to need help. So I made steaks for dinner last night. I only had like half of mine. I'm going to have that for dinner tonight. I took the stew that I had made the other day to lunch for work today, and I didn't realize it until the end of the day. It was stuck in my teeth. It was black. It was pork roast and black bean and vegetables concoction, mushrooms and all kinds of stuff. Just some kind of stew with a pork roast in it. Very, very tasty. But I had black beans in it, and I had black beans in my teeth. How embarrassing. I don't know if I can recover from that. Although I have a good idea of what I'm doing with the morning, now that I think about it, maybe I already said this, but maybe I should come up with afternoon riddles too, so that like I can ask you riddles now, and then you go to the other channel to watch the morning show, and then you get the answer. It just sounds like work to me. Not on my part, for you to have to listen to the riddle so that you can go. But if I do that, I promise I'll do it right at the beginning, just like I do with the other one. Like the riddles will be right in the beginning, and the answers will be right in the beginning. If you're interested in that, like I said, I don't have a format. I just think it's important to stick with the structure, to keep doing it every day, whether I have content or not, just so I'm in the habit of doing it. I want to, and that's why I did it when I took the car to the dealership one Saturday, is I want to get into the habit of making these videos, and then someday putting something useful into them. Like I'd love to do a little tutorial on Sightline, but that would be a very niche market. But I could do Excel. But when you do an Excel tutorial, it's mostly a you kind of want the visuals. You want to have the screen up here and like an explanation. So that won't work. Could do guided meditation. You guys could make suggestions. I could memorize and read children's books to you. Whoops. Pardon me for not giving it too much attention. I'm very close. I'm very close to the entrance to the turnpike, and traffic's a little. People are a little passy on the righty, and various other things. So I just got to focus so I don't get into an accident here when I get on the turnpike. Bunch of people in a hurry. Like I said, I'm a couple of minutes later than I normally get on the road, so I'm going to run into all new types of traffic. Keeping my eyes peeled. No vanity plates. I don't see any vanity plates. I'm going to drive that one into the ground. Can't wait to look back on these videos and say, my God, remember the first couple of months of me doing those? They were atrocious. Why was I even doing it? So cringy. This will be years later, and I'll still be doing the exact same content every day. I'll get in front of the camera at every segment and saying, well, I haven't prepared anything. Much like the first month that I was just referring to, reminiscing about. Like, years later, and still it's just self-referential. The show talking about the show itself as if it exists in a bubble and nothing else is going on in the outside world. I really should drag some people in on this, like just call them with the other phone. Wow, it's really wibbly, isn't it? On top of everything, you got to watch me jiggling around. Hopefully it straightens out after you move. Like I explained, the reason the camera is so jiggly is because it's a much heavier phone now, because I got an OtterBox. Because I keep dropping my phone. I haven't done any damage to the phone in dropping it. I had a case on it, the case that came with it. Not that came with it, that I bought at the Apple Store, thin little leather thing. It's nice, it did its job, but I've dropped it so many times that the leather case is completely destroyed. It's leather, it's not even plastic. So you can gather how many times I dropped my phone that the case was destroyed, and it's like, it's a leather case. It's but yeah, completely destroyed. It was at the point where it was no longer going to be giving any protection, so that's why I moved to the OtterBox. It's like a wintry mix. It's snowing and raining. while I'm driving, I'll just blindly talk about the software that I was using at home. I really do like the DaVinci Resolve software. I know I've been talking about it for the past couple of chunklets, but it's really nice. Like, even the tutorials are fascinating. Like, you cannot believe what you can accomplish with that software. It makes me wish I had tons of B-roll just to throw something together, just to post it on here. I do really like it. It's a really neat piece of software. Like, I can't imagine like what additional features the paid version has. Like, I'm thinking the one thing is maybe log you on directly to YouTube, but it doesn't say that. Like, one of the things I mentioned in my previous videos is I haven't figured out how to post to YouTube directly from DaVinci Resolve yet. I've logged in, which I don't like, because like I logged in for that purpose, but now the program has my login, and it's who knows what it's going to post on my behalf. This is the being the last. What in the world is that? Being the last day. Sorry, something on the map just looks weird. Being that this is the last day of January, I'm going to go home. I've warned you that there's a poll up on not this channel, the other channel, about the best of 2022. I don't believe up to this point anyone's voted, so I'm going to go home and I'm going to vote, and next week we'll award we'll have a special, like a 20-minute special, where we talk about the best of 2022 and then give the award for the best content of 2022 on this channel. And I can guarantee you, no matter who gets the most votes, it's going to be 1 minute of ducks. If you're really old, you'll remember there was a weatherman named Jim O'Brien. He died tragically in a was tragically the word? Parachuting accident. Parachuting into a sporting event. Something went wrong, and he died from the parachuting thing. I guess I can't remember if his parachute didn't deploy, got wrapped up, but either way, he died. But before he died, he was the weatherman, and he did a weekly thing where he had a viewer mail type thing. So they had this clear plexiglass box that he would rotate, and all the envelopes would move around, and they would reach into the envelope and they would pull out the viewer mail. I can't remember what it was about. I doubt it was about the weather. I don't think it was a bunch of weather nerds asking him weather nerd questions, but it very well may have been. I don't remember what the segment was. I remember him doing that. Anyway, interesting side note, my mother made that box. She worked in plastics when I was a kid, and she made a lot of things. That was one of the things she made. There was something for the Glass Spider Tour that happened way back then in the, I guess it was the late 70s, early 80s, really early 80s, must have been late 70s. I don't know, I don't follow anything too closely, but she made like one of the big backdrops for the Glass Spider Tour. I don't know what that looked like. I'd have to look at pictures or something to maybe jog my memory, but I vividly remember the viewer mailbox from Jim O'Brien doing the viewer mail. one of the jobs she had, she was she made thermometers. She filled them with mercury. So she worked downtown in a place where she filled thermometers with mercury. I'm not sure the whole process, but that's what she did. Very dangerous. She used to play with the mercury all the time. So I suspect she had Mad Hatter's disease, because she was very intelligent, but she was very, very crazy. She was she literally in many ways reminded me of like the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. She was just but she was a very, very quick wit, but completely insane. And one day, while playing with mercury and making thermometers, there was a chemical leak on the floor above her, and hydrochloric acid was dripping down onto her head while she was making mercury thermometers. Just a smorgasbord for OSHA. Just violations out the waz. Like what a horrible environment. Just dangerous. I don't know if I made that clear. I might not have mentioned it, but when I'm making the reference to Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter, like there's probably a couple of you out there that don't know the reason Hatters. It wasn't that all crazy people went into making hats. People that went into making hats became crazy because part of the process of hat making involves mercury, and so mercury gives you Mad Hatter's disease, and that's why it's called Mad Hatter's disease, because the Hatters used mercury, and that's why they would go nuts. So there you go, right there. There's one, two. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's a quantity of rhinoceroses is the license plate. So we're still in Philly, heading west. If you don't know why I'm saying that, there's a running gag where I said there's a lot more vanity plates out in the sticks than there are in Philly, and then when I tried to show the difference, it made me look like a liar. There's the same license plate again. Can I count it twice? I think I finished that story. Ooh, what are they building there? I was talking about DaVinci Resolve earlier. This is going to be terrible. This is going to be 4 segments, and I'm out of stuff to talk about in the first one. I'm going to take the 4 videos I made this morning, and I'm going to slap them together in one long video, just to see how quickly I can knock that out. Like that's a very simple task in DaVinci Resolve, but I haven't done a lot of actual messing around. So that'll be my first task, to take this morning's 4 videos, slap them together as one, and then just post it up there, post it up there on YouTube as a single video, and leave the 4 individuals as well. Just to get the practice doing that stuff. I may do these too, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to do both, because there's they're large files, especially the morning videos. I don't know why those dark videos are so much larger. It must have something to do with depth of black. It seems counterintuitive. It would seem like a well-lit scene would have more data. But that does not appear to be the case. The morning videos are significantly larger, 3 times the size of the, I don't know, this is daytime too. I have no idea what to call this. Like afternoon. The morning videos versus the afternoon videos. It's very dark and stormy, so I'm betting that these files, crap, I just passed the 20-minute mark. I'm going to sign off and sign back on. Have a wonderful day.